Lend a Hand is basically our friends that have been helping us in many things. They have provided a lunch for now 30 children who could not pay for themselves.
When we come in, for example, we have the lunch program, we have the sanitation project. We want to make sure that it's sustainable for years to come. We are not just here today and leaving. We keep checking in. We have a team on the ground to make sure that things are functioning even after we leave. One of the criteria we have in selecting the schools and communities we work with is determining the poverty level. And Mwerere, which is I think in the area of where there's underlying poverty, where it's like 90% of everyone here is below the poverty level. So that's the criteria we used.
We chose Mwerere Primary School as one of the schools that we wanted to help based on the involvement of the team that we have here on the ground in Kampala. They identified the schools that are most in need, and they were able to look at the children, even in the school that is most of need, which students actually needed the most help, and we've enrolled them into our lunch program where we're able to serve them a healthy lunch every day so that they can focus and concentrate as they go to school.
They have been supporting the school by giving these other pupils who can't support for lunch, giving them simple eats like chapatis, biscuits, and sodas.
The lunch program itself, we are making sure that we are not only stopping in Mwerere, we want to make it a national campaign whereby, underprivileged schools, all the kids are able to have lunch. So Mwerere is actually our second school we are doing this program, and we shall replicate the same program in so many different schools around the country.
We have seen some change ever since some of our members were recruited onto this lunch program.
Besides the lunch program, we're also renovating their latrines that have been totally a mess, because hygiene and nutrition all have to go hand in hand.
Before Lend a Hand Uganda came in, our toilets were not in good condition. The construction that had been done earlier was not all that good.
They have started now renovating them because they have been in a very poor state. They've also tried to improve on physical education because people are taken out to teach them skills in physical education.
Every time we do a volunteer trip, volunteers coming with us have to have a specific skill. This time around, the volunteer team I chose was a mathematician, who is Amy Noel, a director of operations, and we have Johari right now, who is a physical education teacher. She has a very, she's one of the big exercise gurus in New York City.
Behind me, you might see a little exercise class that one of our volunteers has chosen to introduce to the students. We're teaching them how to jump rope and having lots of fun interacting with our students.
As you see in the back, you're going to see some people jumping rope, others are just doing something to really move their body and sort of spice their minds up.
I taught a class in primary 5 in mathematics. We were working on the perimeter of shapes, how to add up the sides of each shape. So we worked on different shapes and we learned the names of our shapes in English. Rectangle, hexagon, octagon, septagon, all the different shapes. It was so much fun interacting with these students. Now there's a little bit of work to do to ensure that all of the students have all of the knowledge that they require to be able to move to primary 6.
We have been having the challenge for water in that we only have one borehole which is used by the community. So we could find that it would be difficult for the children to get water in time. In the future, they are promising to construct us a water source. This water will basically be supplied to areas where the latrines are. Another part will be put for water to drink.
We have high hopes that really the way they've started on Mwerere Church of Uganda with renovation, with the lunch program, we feel that in the coming possibly 5 years or 3, there shall be a lot of improvement on the structures, the sanitation, the enrollment, because really whenever they come, our kids are overjoyed. Our kids have a lot of high hope from them because of their care, because of the way they show love to them.
In the next 5 years, I want to see that the Mwerere Primary School has blossomed into a school where all of the students are learning, they are properly fed, they have sanitary conditions in which to go to school so that they're not getting sick, and they're remaining in school all the way through to graduation when they go off to high school. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that day.
We do so much to fundraise from the US, but we would love to see Ugandans join our efforts in terms of fundraising. We want companies. If a company can come up and say, hey, we're going to give you 100 sacks of rice, we would love to see that.
And we pledge to work harder, really, to have balancing equation that they've come in to give us assistance. So we have to work harder to see that really what they are doing is portrayed in the enrollment and even the academic that is going on.
I thank the group and the leaders, the directors, for having chosen Mwerere Primary School to be one of their priorities. And I pray that Almighty God award them abundantly.
The future lies in these little people. These are the future. So if you can join us and try to empower, we'll be grateful.
Education is a necessity. So thank you so much for standing with us to see to it that our school grows hand in hand with the rest of the world.